Hi, welcome back to Feathers and Fur. Join me to find out how I got on reading September's book, The Owl House by Daniel Butler. Hi guys, welcome back. So September's book was The Owl House by Daniel Butler, and although this was a really beautiful book, and for anybody interested in countryside, I really do recommend giving this book a read. I just found it a little challenging with how he jumped backwards and forwards in his timeline, and how he kind of wandered off. I mean, one minute we're talking about eggs, the next minute we're talking about the barn owl. I just found like it was almost like having a conversation rather than reading a book. Which is lovely, just as well. But I was really I really struggle with that kind of fluidity of a timeline. I quite would have liked to have learnt how he got on with things, how he saw them, and things like that. But never mind, that's just personal opinion. I really wish that he had highlighted a little more about how much experience he had with falconry at the beginning of the book. He goes into it in the last couple of chapters. However, through the beginning of the book, he's talking about encouraging a wild barn owl to his fist, to feed off of his fist, or a barn owl that's gone back to live in the wild that he rescued. But he keeps encouraging it to his fist, bare fist, I would have in mind, to eat chicks off of. And I do just think that that needed a little bit more emphasis on the fact that he wasn't just an idiot having a go with a wild bird, which we all know are people out there. And it just, I really felt like he needed to kind of either leave that bit, or the fact that it's coming to a bare fist. Maybe if he was putting food on a perch, that's fine, but he's literally talking about this owl attacking his head and then coming into his hand. That's not a normal person's activity, and I don't think it should be encouraged. And so I really wish that he had emphasized a bit more his experience with raptors at the beginning of the book. He did put the nail in the coffin at the end of or towards the end of the book, in the last chapter, when he is talking about his raptors, when he quite awfully says that he finds Harris hawks ugly. Now, if anybody knows me, you will know that Harris hawks are my top favourite bird of prey in the world, and I personally think they are one of the most beautiful autumn accessories for any falconer. God, they're just so beautiful. And I'm really cross that he said that they were ugly, but anyway. Regardless, I did enjoy reading it. I wish it had a little bit of a nicer kind of timeline to it, and that he wasn't quite so random with his conversation, talking about barn owls or talking about eggs and then suddenly going off into barn owls, and mining and a bit more of the history of Wales. It was lovely, but it wasn't my cup of tea. So a really lovely book if you're interested, especially in Welsh countryside or British countryside even, and any kind of getting up close. His encounters with wildlife were fabulous, absolutely fabulous. But yeah, not my favourite book of the year so far. However, it was finished a little bit earlier, so I ran this one in. Oh my god, the silver writing's not so easy to read. This is just a really short little book with just fantastic photos about a peregrine that is rescued, brought back from the brink, and these are all photos, but the pictures this lady draws are absolutely phenomenal. She says not actually being able to find any of the drawn pictures. I just love this lady's artwork. So this was The Queen of the Sky by Jackie Morris. Jackie Morris is the artist as well. A really quick, fabulous little book. If you ever spot it anywhere, I really do recommend it. It's a very, very lovely book. Lovely if you know anybody that's into their raptors. This is a beautiful little book to give them. Okay, right, October's book. October's book is a little bit different. Sorry if this video seems a bit rushed. I am actually heading out the door to a beavers evening, and in true Sadie style, I am cramming everything in. Think of me after beavers, squashing my dinner, and then editing this so I can get this online for tomorrow for you. This next book is a really different one. So obviously, as you all know, I have trouble with buying books, but that also extends to the Kindle. I am not a fan of Kindles at all whatsoever. I much prefer reading everything in physical form, but I was bought this decades ago, I think, and I did buy some books in it, and there are books that I haven't read on it, so I thought that this one would be a book that I would read for you. And it's Tim Burkhead's The perfect thing, the most perfect thing, which I have wanted to read for ages. I actually kept thinking, oh, I must get that book. And then I was cleaning out my house, decided to recharge my Kindle because it just sits dead on my bookcase. And I was like, oh, I wonder what books I've got in there. And I forgot that I actually already purchased this book. That kind of goes to show as to why we're doing these videos. So October's book is going to be Tim Burkhead, The Most Perfect Thing. I am reading it on the Kindle, which I don't like. There's actually evidence to prove that when you read things digitally, you do not take them in as much as you do when you read something physically. So, you know, not so bad not having a Kindle. But yeah, so this is going to be my next book, The Most Perfect Thing. I'm really hoping to take lots in because I think this book's going to be really, really educational. I really do need something. I feel like I've missed out on some learning this past month and two. So I really need to do some learning of stuff. Brilliant. Right, I'm off to teach beavers. Hope you have a lovely evening. Thanks for sitting out with me. I shall see you soon.